What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half of Dynamic Duo Twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
Hello.
And we are talking NXT Great American Bash. This is number 2 out of the 4 that we are covering.
Yeah.
So overall with this, what did you think?
Alright.
Yeah. Be as honest as you need to, bro.
Very well put together card.
Okay.
Never again give me a PLE on free network TV.
Okay. Your reasoning?
Great match. Great matches all around.
Mm-hmm.
Great build. I was invested.
Yeah.
The mid-match commercial breaks, the giving me the show in picture-in-picture made this feel more like a glorified weekly episode than an actual big premium live event. It didn't give off the right feel. For this, I might as well have just tuned in on a Tuesday.
Right. Okay.
You could have broken this up and given me Great American Bash weekly episode, specialty NXT episode, week 1, week 2, and called it a day.
Like how they do with Gold Rush and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, exactly. Or like New Year's Eve,
Which used to be pay-per-view, and I'm sad that it isn't anymore.
Yeah, well. But my thing is...
Anywho.
It didn't give off the big event feel that I was hoping it would give off.
Okay.
And Great American Bash is one of the most historic pay-per-view events in WWE and WCW history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know how excited you were when this came back.
So the fact that they kind of took away the magic
of a pay-per-view
by putting it on free TV, it really deteriorated. It really makes me sad as a wrestling fan.
Okay.
Wasn't the greatest.
So kind of like
show.
how we view Saturday Night's main event.
Yes.
Glorified house show.
It 100% was Saturday night. It gave off the same feel as a Saturday Night's main event. It's basically a Raw SmackDown kind of
extended an hour,
not extended episode essentially.
Okay. Do you want to get us started, or do you want me to?
I got it.
All right, start us off.
You kicked off the show with Naraku challenging Tony D'Angelo for the NXT World title.
Mm-hmm.
This match was personal. This match definitely gave you that big fight feel until we got to our first ad break. And I'm going to continue to make that my biggest freaking gripe.
Yeah.
Not happy about it.
If you went back and rewatched it on the CW app, I'm going to point this out. There was no picture-in-picture.
I know.
So
that's why I made it a point to watch that live over it what it was counter programming, which is Forbidden Door, which also really dumb move.
Yeah.
Like, if you were gonna do this, you should have really given me Night of Champions was in the afternoon on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Wide open Saturday night. That's when you could have given me Great American Bash on the CW.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Slammiversary and Forbidden Door on Sunday. And then,
moving into Monday, yeah.
Yeah, and then AAA happens every Saturday on YouTube. So, boom, boom, boom. Like, I would have much rather... That would have flowed a lot better, in my personal opinion. But, yeah, no, you didn't get the picture-in-picture on the app.
No.
And you don't have access to CW because you don't have a TV antenna.
No, I do not.
Maybe invest in one. Just saying.
I don't know about that.
or start coming over to my house on Tuesdays.
Start harassing you.
Yep.
Hey, I'm here for wrestling. I'll leave right after.
I'm sure wifey wouldn't mind having you guys over, like once a week. But anyway, no, it was a really good match. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed everything that they tried to do. The building of Naraku was solid. Tony D'Angelo really showing what the title means to him and what the company means to him. In this fight, mind you, he's going in, with half a burnt face.
Yeah.
He's going in with one eye. Great match overall. All going into the final moments, because this started
Hot and heavy.
almost immediately before the bell rang. Like, you got to the outside, spear through the wall by the announce table.
Yep.
Where has Booker T been? Sorry, my other biggest gripe as to why I didn't care as much for this show. Where the hell has Booker T been?
I don't know, man.
Sorry.
Anywho.
Going back into the match now that that little pungent moment is done and over with. Going into the closing moments, Tony D'Angelo showing his guts, showing his fight, was able to pick up the win, retain his title, and stood strong even with the injury. Like I said, great start to the match, great end to the match. You showed a lot of great story, and you definitely got the feeling that this wasn't over.
Oh, no. All right. Jumping into our next match, we have the Women's North American Championship on the line. Zaria defends against former champion Tatum Paxley. This match was a beautiful back and forth throughout the entirety of it. Both women having an answer for what the other one could counter up. There was a lot of moments where they did spill to the outside, and Tatum was the one that mainly took advantage of that up until the end. And it caused, obviously, a lot of bodily damage between the two ladies, but picking up the win with that beautiful F5 that she does was Zaria.
I will say,
Yes.
Speaking of the F5, her F5.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about her F5 compared to Lesnar's F5, but, like, why does hers look like it kind of hurts a little more?
I think it's the way she positions, like, not only the opponent, but herself in order for it. It's kind of like...
and that's taking nothing away from Brock Lesnar, Mr. Lesnar. I know you probably don't listen to us, but if you do hear this or a clip of this, please don't hurt me.
It's almost like back when Nikki and John were dating, and she would use his move, the STFU. John's made it look like it hurt him. Nikki's looked like it hurt the opponent. It's the same factor. It's all about how you present it.
Her F5 definitely gives me remnants of young Lesnar's F5,
Yeah.
where he's getting up there in age, so it doesn't look like it's as impactful.
I think that's another thing for it.
But
too.
she just delivers it with such a fluid motion.
Mm-hmm.
And such veracity. I'm scared to be on the receiving end of that.
You're scared to be on the receiving end of either. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You ain't gotta call me out like that, okay?
I only say it because I love you. You're great for this.
I gave this one an A, just like I gave the Tony D'Angelo match an A.
Okay.
Because I realized I didn't actually specify the grade for the opening contest.
No.
Again.
But that's fine.
Great match. Pretty even throughout.
Oh, yeah.
Both women showed that they have some really great chemistry.
They did. I'd love to see this match again.
I love that they're using this kind of as a stepping stone to see how much further they can build Zaria.
Mm-hmm.
But if this match didn't tell you everything you needed in building up the future of Tatum freaking Paxley, I don't know what did.
What would you say is next for Zaria?
Zaria has a strong line of
challengers.
Okay. You have Wren Sinclair, which is your current speed champion. We'll get into her later.
Yeah.
We'll get into her challenger, Arianna Grace. I wouldn't mind it. And again, I'll touch on Arianna later.
Yeah.
But you have Lola Vice, you have a Kendall Gray, you have... I'm thinking... I'm really trying to think of the women's roster. You have, as much as you don't want to hear it, you have Kelani Jordan in there.
You have any of the women in Natty's new stable that's going.
Yeah, because what is it? You have Natty.
Yeah. Because now
Jada.
She's kind of gone down to that NXT to be a mentor at this point.
She's definitely taken on that mentor role, but you have
Yeah.
Jada, you have Nikita Lyons, you have...
Natty.
Carmen...
Petrovic.
Thank you. But, like, you have all these girls on the roster vying for an opportunity at something.
Yeah.
And I think matching them with Zaria is a really strong way to go. If you're looking to even, do some cross-promo stuff with your Evolve women.
Yeah. That would be perfect for Nikita.
That'd be like, Nikita, a Wendy Chu to, try to re-elevate her.
Mm-hmm.
You got Zaria there.
Bring in some women even from TNA.
AAA.
Any of it. You have the cross
you
promotions,
have
the cross brands, yeah.
But, so, it's hard to say what's next for Zaria because of how much there is still left on the table.
Okay. I
see her eventually using this, though, as a stepping stone into big gold. The NXT Women's World Championship.
Okay. And we'll obviously touch on that for later on.
I think she would be a very solid champion. You know what? I would love to see them give her a similar run with the gold that they did Oba. Now she's got quite a few more losses under her belt than Oba did at this point in his career. But you can build her to be this big, strong monster of a woman.
Shayna Baszler-esque. Asuka-esque. That.
Give me a Shayna Baszler-esque run for Zaria with the women's world title. Also, again, still criminal that she never won a world title on the main roster.
I agree.
You cheated my girl Shayna. Sorry, I will forever be Shayna Baszler fan.
That's fine.
You know how even as a heel, I may not have liked the character, but I have always given her prop. She was an amazing worker.
You're the type of wrestling fan, and I have to say fan because it's what we are, that doesn't look necessarily at the gimmick first. You watch the in-ring work.
I'm going to look at what you can actually provide.
And then
I'll go back into your character.
Yeah, and then you'll nitpick the character. Does it work for you? Do I think it works for you?
Shayna had one of the...
I'm not necessarily talking about Shayna. I'm saying in general.
Yes, but I'm saying, Shayna, because that's the topic that we're on.
Okay, yep, go.
They are trying to give Ivy Nile almost a similar character gimmick.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work for her.
No.
It worked absurdly well for Shayna, and they didn't do anything.
They watered her down.
It's worked. They're also, speaking of women on the NXT roster, with that cross
promotion
or that multi-sport combat sport background.
Lola,
the MMA to pro wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
It's working for her. Hence why she has the gold around her waist.
Yep.
They needed to carry that same momentum with Shayna on the main roster. They need to do what they're doing with Zaria. They need to keep what works.
Yeah.
And continue to build off of that.
Okay. Alright. Take us into our next match.
Next match was a match that was kind of really thrown together for the most part, but one of my absolute favorites, and I have been a fan of him since season 1 of Legends and Future Greats. Should have won season 1 of Legends and Future Greats. No disrespect to Jasper Troy. He's a bad man. But Shiloh Hill should have won that season. And one of the biggest reasons is, where's Jasper been?
So what? I don't even know the name.
They made him look so good for the first month or two, and then he disappeared.
I don't even remember who that was. The first season
Shiloh
of
Hill
LFG
takes on
was
Tristan
back
Angels.
when I was watching religiously, and I don't remember him at all.
Shiloh Hill, Tristan Angels, for the fact that Tristan Angels is just a sword loser. It was a fun little match. It wasn't anything super spectacular.
No.
I like that they really did give them a chance to have some fun with this, like that moment under the ring with the ringing phone.
Can we talk about that, please?
That was kind of creepy.
Can we talk about the fact that right after the ringing phone, what was used?
I don't remember.
It was part of the turnbuckle that they keep, the extras that they keep. Wouldn't that cause a disqualification?
Not if the ref doesn't see it.
It was on a Jumbotron!
Clearly the ref didn't see it. He might have sneezed or, been tying a shoe or something. I don't know, you couldn't see what the ref was doing in the ring.
Yeah, because you could only see under it. But that mask was creepy as fuck. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's Shiloh. Like, his whole gimmick is Funhouse of Horrors.
Backwoods.
Exactly. If they were around today, Shiloh Hill would have made the perfect member of the Wyatt family.
Oh, you break my heart.
You know who else he would have paired really well with if they were around today? Schism. You remember Joe Gacy's original faction in NXT? Shiloh Hill would have been the perfect insert into Schism or to the original Wyatt family. Or if you would
Sanity.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're naming all these ones, and one of the ones that I thought of today, because
Sanity was one of my. Well, Sanity was one of our favorites, but like he had that gimmick that all of them kind of shared.
Yeah.
Of the I'm the creepy, badass, like, you definitely get the country hillbilly-esque, like, swampland, the Duck Dynasty rejects, as John Cena would call it.
But
for the Wyatt family, but you get that creepy, eerie, menacing feeling that you would have gotten from, like, a Schism or a Sanity, or from what was this version of the Wyatt Six.
The only difference is Schism was more culty. And when you look at, like, Schism, and obviously I watched today to catch up again, TNA, The Righteous, culty. It's all culty.
Wyatt family was culty.
I know. I was more or less going off of, like, Sanity. Sanity wasn't more culty. It was more...
It was just for creepy people that wanted to hurt people.
Yeah. But you had, like, when you look at it, it was, Wyatt, the Wyatts and the Wyatt Six, because we're just going to group that together, is the perfect middle stone between Sanity and Schism.
Yes.
Because they could be the creepy people. Wyatt Six, the creepy people. Whereas Wyatt Family OG was
very culty.
Very culty.
But my thing, like I said, Shiloh Hill, if he would have came into the business...
earlier.
About 10 years earlier, granted, that would have made him just a little young, because he's a relatively young guy. But my point is, it would have worked out so well for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see them continue to do well with him. As they are now, because they also did let him pick up the win here in this match.
10 years ago, he would have been 17.
Okay, so again, he would have been too young.
Border.
He would have been too young.
He shares a birth month with Flash.
Oh, sweet.
January 30th.
Oh, nice.
Right.
But yeah, no, so I thoroughly enjoyed this match. It did what it needed to do. It started great. Kind of got cluttered midway through with the stuff under the ring and, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It did drag a little because it wasn't something to keep your investment all the way through.
No.
But it did what it needed to do, and that was get over Shiloh Hill.
Yeah.
The sole purpose of this was put over Shiloh Hill, which I would love to see make a run for the North American Championship.
I agree.
I want to see him North American Championship, Speed Champ. Like, I want to see him hold some type of gold in the near future. He's got the talent, he's got the charisma, he's got the character.
Mm-hmm.
If TKO ever gets their head out of their ass, put him on the main roster.
God, I hope for a good chunk of these NXT people that they never have to see a WWE main roster run with TKO holding the belt.
Like, if I'm gonna... You know who else Shiloh Hill kind of reminds me of? Karrion Kross.
Oh my god.
And black and gold Karrion Kross.
So the good Karrion Kross, the only one that worked.
The Karrion Kross that kind of came back with the hourglass.
Yeah. I'm going to predict everything and I'm going to be
like,
right.
Did he have a great in-ring career? No. But he wasn't there for the in-ring. He was there to drive some stories.
Yes.
The hourglass in front of Roman, letting him know his empire was going to crumble. And it did.
Yep.
To let him know Rey Mysterio is going to run out of patience. He finally put his hands on his kid.
We're just slowly starting to see that one with Sami Zayn.
No. You had been seen it if you were truly paying attention.
I'm seeing, like, we're watching the final snaps of it.
The Nakamura heel turn some time ago. You're gonna lose your honor. And what happened? He lost his honor. Mm-hmm. Sami Zayn. He
AJ Styles.
He called Sami for everything. You are a lot more selfish than you realize. You really are only in this for your own personal gain. Mm-hmm. And what happened? Post that feud. Made a deal with I think it was with Heyman. Got him moved over to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Started chasing Solo Glory on SmackDown. And now he's got the big one.
Yep.
So, like,
they need to bring Karrion Kross back.
Karrion Kross would be a perfect mentor to Shiloh Hill.
Oh my god.
I don't think Kross, if they were to offer him a contract right now, I don't think he'd take it.
No.
He's very happy with MLW. Speaking of Karrion Kross, and I should have brought this up on the Night of Champions one, but did you see on socials? It was a post MLW event. Mm-hmm. Kross is sitting with Scarlett.
Okay.
They're doing, some press. It was Saturday afternoon. It was right after the main event.
Okay.
Of Night of Champions. So, hey, Night of Champions just got done. How do you feel about Sami Zayn winning the title? And he took a minute to register, and then I don't think I have ever seen that man get so elated. He turned his press conference into an opportunity to put over Sami Zayn, cheer for his friend. He's like, it's about time. He has been thinking the same thing we all have after that. It's about time that they finally recognize this man.
Yep.
I love that for him. But no, I feel like he would have been a great mentor to Shiloh Hill.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Shiloh would have worked well with Bray, with,
Can you imagine Bray being a mentor to him?
It would have been great. That's what I'm saying.
R.I.P., dude. Honestly.
His mentor on season 1 and season 2 of LFG was The Undertaker, which was great. But by that point, we didn't know Undertaker as the dead man anymore, as that phenom. So the character work that Undertaker, if he would have kept that dead man persona around for, would have been great.
Yeah.
To rub off on
this
Shiloh.
Was something else, yeah.
Like I said, I'm eager to see what's next for Shiloh. Like I said, C-match did its job. Going into our next match, though.
Next match up was the Speed title. Wren Sinclair takes on Arianna Grace. This is typical Speed match. 5 minutes on the clock.
But remember, during the actual tournament,
it's 3 minutes.
It's 3 minutes.
Yeah. During the main title match, it is 5. So, typical Speed match. 5 minutes on the clock. You have 5 minutes to beat your opponent. If you can't, I believe it just goes into sudden death, right? No.
If the time expires, it counts as a draw. Champion remains champion.
That's what I thought. I wanted to make
think of it like if it were to, unlike an Iron Man match.
Yeah.
Where if you hit the time limit and you go into sudden death, think of it as a double count out.
Okay. So obviously Arianna having Birthright on the outside with her. Nobody really played interference. There was one moment where Charlie Dempsey did get up on the ring apron to try to coax Wren, take her eye off the ball. Wren said, I ain't about to have this. You left me high and dry for these people. And
one of the things I love that they did with that and that they touched on commentary was the Charlie Dempsey, Wren Sinclair, No Quarter Catch Crew kind of history that they had there.
Oh, yeah. They did that, and obviously with that came the moment with Charlie Dempsey. Her getting, feeling that you left me. You left me high and dry. I had nobody. So, closing moments of the match. Wren locks in her submission.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the name of it, but beautiful submission, by the way, I will say. With 15 seconds left on the clock, Arianna Grace taps. I want to point out right after the match how hilarious it looked to see Stacks dragging her out of the ring as she's crying. Plus, her attire. Really? Really? Like, no. I'm sorry. Not much I can say else about this.
No,
match.
like it really. I gave it a B. It did its job. It also showed Grace's turnaround as a performer.
Okay.
Like, if you remember when she first came in, this, pageant queen, didn't really want to get in the ring.
Didn't want to get her hands dirty.
Didn't want to get her hands dirty, was afraid of conflict, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And now you look at this version of Arianna Grace.
Yeah.
She wants to be in that ring. She wants to perform. She's not afraid to do the dirty work anymore.
Exactly.
Complete character and in-ring 180.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that she really showcased it in recent weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And has showcased it a lot, really, in this match, because she dominated a good portion of this match.
She did. I will give her that, yeah.
But Wren got the heart of a lion and was like, nah, I'm not ready to be done.
I think Wren's turnaround was right after the Charlie slap.
I was going to say, my other thing is, I think this match really built and elevated Wren's value within the women's division.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if this doesn't elevate her to North American gold or
further
main event or world title gold, you're doing something wrong,
because if I'm not mistaken,
she's got all the tools.
If I'm not mistaken, in the last round of like NXT bring-ups from like LFG and Evolve and all that, weren't Arianna and Wren in the same group?
Arianna and Wren, and this was before LFG was really a thing.
But you know what I mean, like.
But yeah, this was the breakout.
Yeah, their breakout.
Their breakout tournament a few years ago, because that was also the same year that we got Obafemi.
Yep.
On the men's side of things, but yes, they were part of the same core group.
Okay.
Because that's when we got Lola, we got Kelani, we got Soul.
Kelani. You had to say Kelani.
I'm bringing up notable names that were in that class, though.
Okay.
And unfortunately, she's one of the notable names in the class.
She's a very notable name that needs to get out of my life. Sorry.
She probably won't. Anyway.
Alright. Take us into our next match.
Best friends turned bitter enemies. Saqoun Shugars, Dion Lennox. This match pretty much did, again, everything it needed to do. It told its story. There wasn't a lot really here. It was about a mid-match, middle-of-the-road, mediocre match. This, again, was another potty break match, much like the Shiloh Hill match.
Unfortunately to say, because these two men are, like, really good in the ring.
Some are better than others.
I agree.
Because I'm going to put it this way. Saqoun Shugars was able to fend off DarkState after, Cutler James and, I forgot the other one's name. Made their way to the ring. You furthered your story, but, Saqoun exposed Dion Lennox. Saqoun carried that match. Saqoun definitely showed he was the better talent. Saqoun is definitely the one that didn't need the group. Dion needs that group because it is
written in black and white.
It is apparent that you, sir, not only are you very inexperienced, but you have a lot of weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
That group is doing a really good job of covering up. Probably hence why he's primarily in the tag team division. It's hard to focus on, a lot of the weaknesses when other guys are there to cover up your weaknesses and boost your strengths.
So
Dion is definitely not ready for a singles run at any point soon.
No.
Saqoun, however, definitely elevated his value.
I was going to ask, where do you see Saqoun going from here?
The story isn't done with DarkStates.
No.
It's not done by a long shot. And I see a few more bouts with members of DarkState before he can finally Seth Rollins this-ish and put them behind him. But eventually he will also have gold around his waist. He will have singles gold around his waist. He has the talent to do so. I'm invested in the character. There isn't anything you can tell me that's going to say, oh, he's not that guy.
Okay. All right. So I don't believe I heard a actual grade.
I gave it a C.
Okay. All right. Going into the next match, North American title, Miles Bourne takes on Tavion Heights. This is another one of, you used to be my best friend, now you turned your back on me. I
don't see it that way.
That's kind of more or less how they're playing it. I wanted what you have, and
I want what you have, but like at the end of the day, you're my brother. We are friends. At the end of the day, though, this is what it's about, and like
this was still one where Tavion was a little more. I want what you have. I've been here longer. I deserve this.
Like, I'm gonna put it into I think I want to say Corey said it about Rhea and Io, or I think I heard it on Busted Open. It was like, look, just because we're friends doesn't mean we aren't competitors.
Yeah.
Like, post-match, pre-match, whatever, we're going to be the best of friends. We're going to be locked in. We're going to be cool. But once that bell rings, you are my opponent, and we are going to compete for what's at stake. And at this point, it is, and in this instance, it's the North American title.
Yeah.
That's all it. It's competition amongst brothers.
So obviously, this is going to be one of those where we're going to disagree heavily because I looked at your grade. I couldn't get into this match. I think at the beginning it took way too long to get everything started, and once it finally started,
now that feeling out process, because like especially in the beginning, you saw neither one was willing to give up an inch. But it also showcased how well both men really knew each other. Mm-hmm. That, like, it was going to take something kind of drastic somewhere in the middle to turn it in either one's favor. Because they had the answers to each other. They were part of the same group. They traveled together. They trained together. So, yes, I know what you're going to do next because I've been part of this with you.
Yeah.
I helped you develop
this,
and you helped me develop. That's
and like I said, this was for me personally with this match.
Plus, you know me, I'm a sucker for a good technical bout, and that's what this was.
You are, and
that's
yes, it was, and I knew watching it that me and you were gonna have different thoughts on it because you are more for the technical bout, whereas I'm more for the. I'm just gonna beat the living out of you, and I'm in it for the high stakes. Yeah, that's the match I go for all the time.
As a wrestling fan, I'm there for the story, and that's exactly what this did.
To me, wrestling wise, like obviously, beautiful technical match. If you look at it just from that standpoint, at the beginning, but to me, I couldn't find the story until closer to the end, and that could just be that you have more tenure on me than
you haven't been paying close enough attention.
No.
I hate to be that guy, but that just means you have not been paying attention to what has been presented to you.
That is totally fine. I will take that. But to me, personally, and again, a lot of our thing is just straight up opinionated, I didn't get into this match till close to the end. I couldn't. There was something about the way that the men moved together, and I love their in-ring work together, but it was something about the way that the match transitioned that just lost me. Take it.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree here then.
Hey, that's totally fine.
Like I said, like this was probably one of the better matches on the card. This was one of the better put together matches on the card.
And I'll give it another thing. It could be the fact that I watched this at 12 o'clock at night. So, again, me being
fatigue.
being that fatigued out.
I was saying, you watched this with fatigued eyes.
So that could be why I was waiting for it to get moving. But you never know.
But you also got to remember, I was watching.
Yeah.
I had definitely wrestle fatigue myself that day, because I was, while watching this, I was in the middle of watching Forbidden Door. Mm-hmm. As well as I had just come off of Slammiversary. So, I was watching it all at once. And even with the fatigued eyes of a wrestling fan.
I had the fatigued eyes of a mother. My kids were not having it that night.
I saw this for what it was.
Alright.
Very far and few in between when you actually find the perfect match.
I think we need a grade for that, and it needs to be like an E.
No, that's
or
S tier.
S.
S tier.
You know what I meant.
And Dreamer has talked about this. Very far and few between when you find the perfect match, because there's always going to be something you can nitpick about something somewhere in the match, and you just proved that. But I gave it an A+.
Okay.
It was a damn near perfect match.
This is why you grade and I don't.
I don't think, even with the loss, I don't think Tavion is really hurt in stock. I think both men did a really good job of elevating each other, instead of one being elevated and one being brought down. And very rarely do you see that in the wrestling industry.
Yeah, definitely. Especially this early into careers.
Exactly. I stayed invested throughout the whole match. It pushed that story. It emphasized their history. It really touched on it fired on every cylinder that it needed to fire on.
Okay. Main event, sir.
Our main event, the NXT Women's World Title. Lola Vice defends against Kendall Gray. Both looking to prove that they are the best transitional athlete.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this match. I really did. You got to see a lot of counter production, because, the MMA style, the in-your-face, I'm going to brawl you, whereas Kendall is we're going to get on the ground and that's where I'm going to beat you.
Yeah.
It was the Kurt Angle method versus the Conor McGregor method.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat you with my fist versus I'm going to beat you with holds.
I'm going to beat you clear on the ground.
I'm going to beat you with holds.
Yeah.
I loved everything because they countered each other so well. Mm-hmm. And it took so long for either woman to really get the advantage. I think it was a moment on the outside. Lola went to kick Kendall while she was against the ring post. Mm-hmm. And Kendall was able to slide out the way. And that kind of gave her the opening to really start taking advantage at some points in the match. Because for Lola, her hand and her feet are lethal, but if you damage one,
it's less lethal.
Exactly. If you cannot operate at 100%, you're not as likely to find the success you want.
Yeah.
Especially in the world of MMA, which is where Lola is mentally programmed. Yeah. Everything about it was very well done. I want to see a rematch at some point down the line.
Yeah.
I want that. I want them to run it back at least once before either one of them get called up to the main roster. Because I think both of them have all the tools to make it on the main roster. Mm-hmm. If, it's done correctly.
Yeah, I would say if used correctly.
Going into the closing moments, Lola, I want to say she missed or she was countered. And Kendall Gray was able to hit that Shades of Grey
from the second rope.
From the second rope, which, mind you, Lola had been countering every opportunity earlier in the match. Once she finally hit it, though, she was able to pick up the win. 1, 2, 3, and new NXT Women's Champion. A very physical match. Both women were filled with passion. I gave it a B+ for my one biggest gripe is it was too soon to take the title off of Lola. Not that it was too soon to put it on Kendall. It was just too soon to take it off of Lola.
Yeah, I remember watching the match and obviously even knowing
the post-match the post-match moment of Wren coming on to celebrate with Kendall, like them having that moment because they had touched on it. Like if you watched all of it, all of the show, like
they touched on it a couple times throughout the.
They touched on it throughout the small backstage moments of, what if I'm not ready, dude? You got this. Let's celebrate. We'll both be champions together. You're one of my best friends. Like I brought you into this new version of the NQCC. Ren QCC is what they're calling it now, which I find adorable. But like you're one of my best friends. Like
you got this.
We got this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna both find success tonight. I loved everything about that. I am as big a Kendall Gray fan as the next guy. Bully Ray on Busted Open, who struggles with putting a lot of people over if he doesn't see the talent there, has also been very, very high on Kendall Gray, which is wild because it's Bully Ray.
Right.
And very opposite, fight style from Bully Ray, because he was definitely the brash, in your face, loud mouth. Let's go. Let's scrap.
Definitely.
But he is definitely very high on the Kendall Grace train, and rightfully so. She's got all the talent.
Oh, yeah.
She's got it here.
Oh, yeah. I think that they did pull the trigger a little too soon on taking it off of Lola. Obviously, you can't have one without the other, so...
I was going to say, you were in a catch-22. Because if Kendall would have lost here, it would have upset her. I think I would have also been upset, because she's got the talent. You make her... You want to strike while the iron is hot, and right now she is white hot.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, you
just gave it to Lola after all these years.
After so long, you finally gave her that moment.
Yeah.
So my question for you then is, what do you feel is next for these women?
I feel Lola gets her rematch. I feel they're looking at potentially calling her up, so I don't feel that she wins it. But I think we have, an immense amount of challengers in the back. I think our next challengers come between Kelani Jordan and Tatum Paxley. Because Kelani made the point that she's never challenged for...
She's never had a one-on-one moment.
She's never been a challenger for it.
That's a lot. Because if you remember Heatwave last year, she was part of a triple threat match for it.
Okay, she's never had a one-on-one.
She's never had a one-on-one opportunity for the women's title.
I think, plain out, that's your next
I was going to say, and I think that's the storyline that you go with next.
Yeah.
And if it's not Kelani, you might see a Tatum in the picture.
Honestly, that's set it up for the number one contendership next.
Like, their next event is, I want to say it's Heatwave.
Yeah, it is.
I say you set up like a tournament or something, or a series of matches or whatever, and this